Hey guys, it's George. Thanks for coming to this video and watching this. I wanted to do a little mini series on just sort of navigating a Linux command line. Just what does it look like? So this video is best for people who've either never been on a command line or have very little experience with it, or they're taking a class or something like that and they want to know a little bit more. So we're going to discuss what the components are and move from there. Obviously, we won't get it all done in one video, so it'll be in multiple parts. So let's get going. Hopefully you have a virtual machine up and running, or maybe a cloud instance with the Linux operating system on there. If you want to see me do a small series or video on how to get that going, let me know and I'll do that. But I'm assuming you have a virtual machine ready to go. So let's do it. All right. And I'm sorry about the light above my head. Anyway. This is the command line, a Linux operating system. This particular operating system is Fedora Linux. It's just a matter of whatever one you want to use. Okay, so the main point in all this is that I want to kind of show you what it looks like and what to do. When you have, let's not do this right now. Okay, whenever you have an operating system like Fedora on here, it's going to have a GUI on here. Most of them do, right? But we're concerned with learning the command line, especially if you're in an enterprise situation. You're not going to get the fancy GUI. It's not productive. So if you have the GUI, go to Show Apps and look for Terminal and pull up a terminal. All right, cool. So that's the first thing you got to learn. This is called the terminal. All right, now that we're in the terminal, a couple of things. You have to know where you are, right? Whenever you travel, you have to have a map and you have to know where you are and go from there. So that's what we're going to do. You'll notice the first part of this command line, it says live user. This is the user that you're logged in as. Now, if you're working somewhere, it might say admin or maybe your first initial last name, something like that. This happens to be called live user. This is the host name, localhost -live. This is the name of the computer, basically, right? The host name. And then this little, I think it's called a tilde, little squiggly line, is the symbol for your home directory. Okay? So what this means is somebody named live user is logged into a server or a computer or terminal called localhost -live, and they happen to be in their home directory. So that's the first part. Now, the first command I'm going to teach you is something that you'll use a lot, especially if you get lost in Linux, and that is pwd. I think it stands for present working directory. Okay? So when you do that, you type in pwd, hit enter. It's going to tell you where you are. Now, when you start getting deep into a Linux system, you'll get lost probably once in a while. At least I do. And to kind of figure out where I'm at, pwd is what I do. I know that I'm in the root. This slash means root. This is a directory called home, and every user has his own directory, his or her own directory. So I'm in the home /live user of user. Okay, just kind of tells you where you're at. Now you're in this directory, and you want to see what's in it. How do you do that from here? Well, you have ls, which basically means list, right? And you click enter. Inside of this directory, you have other directories. Now, some of these might be you might recognize some of these, especially if you're a Windows user. You've been in your desktop folder, right? You've saved stuff to your desktop in Windows. Documents, downloads, you see all the same things. And that's what these are too. These are just like, think of them as Windows folders, right? In your File Explorer when you open it up on Windows. Same thing. All right, so let's say I want to go into one of these directories. How do I do that? Well, Linux is pretty intuitive for the most part with their commands. So I want to change directory, or cd, change directory, space, got to have that space after your command, and then type the name of the directory you want to go into. And it is case sensitive. Enter. You can see right here, remember this tilde that was indicating our home directory? We are now in the documents directory. Last thing, let's take a look what's inside. What is it again? ls list. Nothing is inside. That was part one, guys. Start here and we'll keep going.